Greetings, friends. Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tansi. It's Catherine and Brian at Moonstar Lodge. And we're bringing you, as I always say, our Indigenous perspective on all things spiritual and educational and artistic, but in this instance, in cartomancy. So in last week's video, I discussed this ninth moon, setting sun woman. And in this week, from the 12th to the 18th, which is what it covers, we are right on the cusp of the full moon. I won't deal with the full moon until the next reading. I think I want to keep that a doozy, because it is the third full moon. It's called a blue moon in a quarter, or in a season rather, with 4 full moons. So I'll talk about the ramifications of that in the next video. Anyway, we're still working with the medieval decks of last week, and the pictures are up of the deck boxes, and I discussed them a little bit at the beginning of the last video, so you may want to look at that, refreshing the memory banks. And let's go to the cards. This time I'm using the Travis McHenry tarot. It's Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen tarot. I had to look at the book to make sure I got it in the right order. I love Travis McHenry's work. I have a lot of it. He's prolific. He's an amazing author, very thorough. So here are the 7 of Travis's cards, and then 1 each of the same clarifiers as we used last week. There's more tarot in this reading than usual, like the other decks that I incorporated aren't standard oracles. We've got the Page of Cups as our significator. I'm sorry, not the page, the 4 of Cups. This is the meh, bored, depressed, just kind of things aren't coming together emotionally, and it's perhaps a feeling even of ennui. And it's clarified here by the King of Swords. King of Swords is looking down, ready to cut away that which no longer serves. It's a difficult thing when people are in a slump. It's the bottom of the trough. So the King of Swords says it's too important to stay in this slump. So the next card is the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords is about rest, laying down one's burden, taking some time to heal. And it's clarified by peace. So I think what the King of Swords wants to do is replace the sense of meh and depression with a sense of peace, because only when we are in a place of peace can we invite in the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is jumping right into this reading here, just whooping it. So this is the incubating in our peaceful, taking time for us place, feeling this space of peace. This is saying that a new idea is incubating to take us on a journey. And it's clarified very interestingly by the beginning of the day. And it's the same image as you see on the Sun card in tarot. So it's the beginning of a new day. We're coming out of the doldrums. We've found peace. We've got new ideas forming. So this week is picking up momentum. The middle card is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is all about new ideas for gathering material wealth, how we live our lives, perhaps where we live our lives. The energy of the page is quite young and full of piss and vinegar. So it's going to be bringing us ways of seeing things that we may not have incorporated for some time. So it's looking at old things in a new way. So it's giving us some exciting new options for the way we live our lives in this third dimension. And it's clarified by this lovely dragon inviting us to be balanced. One would need to be balanced in order to make this work. So it's a balanced approach to a new beginning in our earth walk. The next card here is the Lovers, and it's Evita and her husband Perron there. I can't think of his first name. But it's that joyful presence of togetherness. And this is clarified by the two of acorns in this old medieval deck. That's also a card of balance. Now, coming back to the Lovers isn't just about couples. It's more about choice, and it's more about integration. You don't have to be in a couple for this card to be an important integration of the yin and yang, the male, female, the animus and the anima, and also the light and the shadow. When this is in balance, this situation down here, the significator card, doesn't exist. It can't exist if we are totally imbalanced. So I suspect that this is less about couples, but more about choices and being in balance that keep us in balance in light of everything that's come before. Now we're back to this Ten of Swords. This is something is at its end, and it's got to be let go. Anything that's bringing this down, the King of Swords is going to say, let's get rid of it. And I think that we don't want to be bringing old stuff up when we've got all these new potentials coming together that are balanced and harmonious. So we have the Queen of Pentacles as the archetype stepping in and saying, by letting go of what we don't need to go over and over and over again, it's done, and adopting the energies and the beauty and the grace of the Queen of Pentacles, she's self-sufficient. She's like an Earth Mother. She's like the Empress in a lot of ways. There's a maternal security. That sense of security she brings means that integration and all that we are doing is in our highest and best good here. And finally, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is bringing love at high speed. Now, love is not, again, just couples. This is, he can be the love 'em and leave 'em paramour, but he can also be bringing us in spades, as it were, buckets of self-love and self-balance, so that we have the emotional fortitude to carry on and love ourselves enough to do it. And I think that's the message of the Knight here. And he's clarified by a tarot card, the World. He's bringing you the world, and the world is bringing the Knight to us, the Knight of Cups. So you can flip the camera, Brian. My skulls were trying to run off my head, so I let them down. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading, and it's a very practical reading. It's not so wild that I'm getting parasympathetic nervous system chills or anything like that. I don't need that. It's a very articulate Spirit is articulating in an intelligent way that it's quite human to have ups and downs and emotional roller coasters and feel meh one day and peace the next day and terrified the next day and finally be in a place of rejoicing. This is an important message for this time, particularly with the full moon tomorrow on the 19th. So by tomorrow, I mean the next day after this reading ends. Okay, so thanks for tuning in and thanks for your messages about Brian and your care and concern, and thanks for continuing to support us so we can continue to do this. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. Google always thinks that comments mean that we're getting interaction, and it does, and I love to answer your comments. All the information about coffee and the decks used, if you hit the, just tap on the title of this reading, you will get that information come up. So on behalf of Brian and myself and all the critters, we wish you peace. Aho.